Yo, it looks like today was Dre Day for Nicole Young. What am I talking about, y'all? And a win, and what looks like a win, but we're going to discuss that in a second because I have opinions. For beleaguered wives everywhere, ballers, hoopers, rap stars, businessmen, get in how you fit them, right? She has won $100 million in her divorce settlement to Dr. Dre. That's right. However, y'all, you know I hate to be the bearer of messy news, but I will because I know y'all love it. But yo, she didn't get the payday that she should have, right? Let's go over this really quick, right? They filed for divorce in June 2020. It just got finalized, right? She will not be receiving any spousal support, right? She's on the hook for all her own legal fees. Dr. Dre is keeping the rights to all his master's recordings, all his intellectual property, which is where really the money resides. She wanted half the assets. She didn't get access to that, right? And on top of that, out of that $100 million, he literally, right, has to pay $50 million down and $50 million next year. So she's not even getting the $100 million at once to invest. Now get this, right? And let's talk about what the hell happened, because he's worth $820 million. He's worth almost $1 billion. He probably is worth $1 billion, but he shaves some off of the top just to keep himself at 820, right? If you do not know, Nicole literally helped build up his record company, his label, whatever you want to call it, and a lot of his business deals she was very integral in. She got his label into rooms they wouldn't have got into. She used a lot of her connections, and not even that, she created a home. She did so much for him, and until things went bad, right, he was super, super happy for her. So how do you help build half an empire and leave with 1/8 of it? Well, there's a little bit behind. There's a little bit of story about that. Let's get into it. Spoiler alert, it starts with a big bad monster named misogyny. And second of all, it ends with the fact of, at the end of the day, wives that sacrifice everything to build a dream with their husband, when their husband's name are on it, this is usually what's going to happen. Let this be a cautionary tale, right? Let this be a cautionary tale. Now, you know how you really know she didn't get as much as she should have gotten? Dre actually said, the 56-year-old rapper. How are you 56? They still referring to you as a rapper, right? Is delighted to have managed to only pay what amounts to be a fraction of his $820 million fortune. Now, mind you, he was being represented by Laura Wasser. If you guys don't know her name, right? If you ever get a summons and Laura Wasser's on it, just kiss your assets goodbye. That's if you have enough assets for Laura Wasser to even let you hire her. Now get this, right? In addition to her having to pay her own legal fees and her having to literally not get 50% of his assets, even though she should have got it. How did she sign a prenup when she married him when Dr. Dre didn't really have that much when she married him? Girls, stay woke. Listen, he's even getting to keep the 7 properties that they shared. He's keeping all the houses on top of that, right? There's a home in Malibu, there's 2 homes in Calabasas, and there's one in Brentwood, right? One home in the Brentwood area is worth her whole settlement, which is $100 million. And before y'all be like, Tisa, shut up. $100 million is plenty. Listen. We're not talking about us brokies. We're talking about people that were dating a billionaire. She was already living a lifestyle where she was spending $3 to $5 million on her own personal stuff. Now she has to pay for her own house, her own shelter, her own housing insurance, even her meals, her staff, her drivers, her car maintenance. She was spending between $3 and $5 million, right? Or maybe it was $2 million. It was somewhere between $2 and $5 million when she put in what her yearly costs are without food, shelter, and all this stuff. You guys have to know. Okay, put it like this, right? And this is for everyone that says like, oh my God, why is a woman getting that much? You got to look at it like this, right? Let's just say you dating like a nice middle class guy, right? And he's bringing home, let's just say like $500,000 before taxes, right? In the New York area, I don't know where you guys live, but in the New York area, Los Angeles, you know what? Forget it, because y'all going to argue with me over the numbers. Let's just say that you're dating somebody that lives in a small town and he is bringing home $5,000 a month, right? This might put you at, I don't know, middle class where you live, right? However, you need to realize that if you are his wife and you guys divorce, let's just say he's making $100,000 a year, right? You are used to maintaining yourself, living in neighborhoods, sending your kids to the same schools, going to those things of somebody that makes $100,000 a year. When you divorce him, even if he gives you, let's just say, 10,000 of that money, that 10,000 will be blown through so quickly, because where are you going to school? Where are you sending your kids to school at? Where are you going to eat at? How are you paying your bills? How are you going to keep yourself in that life that you are accustomed to living? You know, as the lifestyle goes up, so do the bills. It's unrealistic to think that this girl was dating a billionaire and she gonna go back to living behind the upstairs about the Applebee's somewhere in like downtown Chicanoa, Tennessee. No disrespect to Chicanoa, Tennessee, if that place even exists, right? But you see what I'm saying. That is why divorces get so contentious, because it's not just about throwing somebody some dollars and sending them away once they help build your empire. They deserve a big enough piece of that they can maintain their level of living. Again, $100 million is a lot of money, but she has to pay her lawyer's fees. I bet you there's somewhere between 5 and 10 million. She also has to buy a house. She has to do this. She has to do that. It's bad enough she got divorced. Now she has to find a new group of friends, a new neighborhood, a new standard of living, along with everything else that left with her husband. And I know you guys are saying, well, whatever, she's the one that filed for divorce. But y'all, don't let this Beats by Dre rebrand fool you. Dre is an abuser. Dre is rage-filled. Dre is a very, very dangerous person to be around. If you listen to what any of his ex-girlfriends or wives have to say, even in her own divorce petition, she said she basically lived in fear. So please, 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 please. And I don't want to hear in the comments, oh my God, she should have left. We're not having that today. Listen, this is my channel. If you are a wife, if you help build an empire, if you stay at home and raise those kids, if you do anything, you deserve to be more than compensated, because you gave them the gift that is you being a mate and all the sacrifices you made for them, all right? So stay out the comments with that, oh, well, she needs to get a job. Nicole Young does not deserve to go work at Applebee's after she helped Dre build that empire. Yes, she was indeed shooting with them in the gym. Anyway, again, tell me how this was a victory for her, right? Now, let's see. And he'll also keep the rights to his recordings and all his IP and any trademarks and commercial partnerships and trusts that he's already invested in. That means, again, with valuation, if he said 820 million, he's probably worth 1.5 billion. But here's the thing, right? Let's see. All his stocks in Apple, he'll hold on to. They do have the cars, which are splitting evenly. Nobody cares about that by Simon Gabadia. He's probably in his garage right now singing love songs to his damn cars. So, I don't know. Maybe this would be a win for him. To her, I know she's just sitting there. Nicole Young's just sitting there like, I don't believe this happened. Now, here's the thing. She does get to keep all her jewelry. I hope she had him literally buying blood diamonds off the coast of Sierra Leone and doing whatever else. She gets to keep all her jewelry. She also gets to keep any accounts that she was managing while they were married. I don't know what that means, whether that's business or whether it's bank accounts, right? Or in all the funds that she managed during the marriage. That must be the funds that she invested. I hope she invested wisely, right? And also, he put all her stuff into storage. And the court said, all right, girl, you can go into storage and get your stuff. Again, I don't know. I listen, this is so unfavorable to Nicole Young. It kind of makes me think, somebody check that judge's bank account, because I want to know what's going on over there. Now, here's the thing, right? Dr. Dre is actually saying the reason for this lengthy divorce battle is the fact that she was the one fighting him, and said that had she agreed to his terms back in 2020, she would have gotten way, way more than she got it now. But you know what? That's the one thing I will say about her. Dr. Dre is known to be horribly abusive. From Miss Cholet, I think that was his girlfriend, first famous girlfriend, on to her, said that he's incredibly violent. He's incredibly rage-filled. And she said her life was just basically living in terror. Maybe to the point of she could have given him what he was putting down, right? Because he did say that had she done it, she would have been one of the wives sitting on the Super Bowl field at halftime. Real gag is, I wonder if Nicole's like saying, don't worry, baby, I'll get there with or without you. If you haven't seen my Naomi Campbell thing, Naomi Campbell, her daughter, if you didn't know she had one, we breaking it down. We're also trying to see who the daddy is. Go ahead and watch that video. Also, I'm going to be going live either tonight or tomorrow night. It's going to be good, y'all. Stay tuned. Okay, anyway, back to this mess. And I had such high hopes for this when the judge made her pay her $293,000. Basically, she had to pay her $300,000 a month while they were going through the divorce. It's unclear on whether she'll actually have to take that off for her total. But y'all, this did not end well. Don't get me wrong. She's not broke. She's not poor. She'll be all right. She's a smart woman. She helped him build that empire. But you know what? Again, from now on, listen, I don't know what to say. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that she got more than she needed? Do you think she got her fair share? I'm telling y'all right now, I don't think for what she contributed and what she got her fair share. Absolutely not. It's a joke what her settlement is. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think $100 million is enough? And before y'all be like, nobody needs $100 million. We're not talking about the people that literally plans on starving their baby's mom or baby's father. We're talking about people that literally is going to pay this woman what she actually contributed. Anyway, Tattle Tells, let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, my little Tattle Tells, let me know what you think in the comments because I'm actually super, super interested to know.